I found a declassified file that made me put my laptop on the floor and walk outside. The Soviet Union is dead. The KGB opens its vaults, and inside, a 250-page report about something that happened during a routine training exercise in Ukraine. The date isn't clear. The CIA file says either 1989 or 1990, but every detail is there. Witness names, medical conclusions, photographs, a low-flying craft, saucer-shaped. The soldiers pointed. Then someone fired a surface-to-air missile. No one knows who gave the order. The craft crashed, not far from where they stood, and 5 figures emerged. Short, large heads, large black eyes. The survivors, only 2 of them, later describe what happened next. The 5 beings came together. They merged into a single object, spherical, glowing. Then it started to buzz, a sound the survivors said they could feel in their teeth. The sphere grew, and then an explosion of light so bright they had to cover their eyes. When the light faded, 23 soldiers had turned to stone. Not burned, not killed, petrified. Their living cells transformed into a substance identical to limestone. The 2 survivors were standing in the shade. That's the only reason they lived. The KGB arrived within hours. They took everything. The craft, the bodies, still standing in the positions they were in when the light hit them. The 23 men were transported to a secret research facility near Moscow. Soviet scientists studied them for months. Their conclusion: an unknown energy source had instantaneously altered the soldiers' biological structure. Limestone. They became limestone. Then the CIA got the file. An American agent, his name is still redacted, read the KGB report and wrote this at the bottom. I'm quoting directly. If the KGB file corresponds to reality, this is an extremely menacing case. The aliens possess such weapons and technology that go beyond all our assumptions. They can stand up for themselves if attacked. Another agent, someone who reviewed the file later, added a single sentence. He wrote, "A horrific picture of revenge on the part of extraterrestrial creatures, a picture that makes one's blood freeze." The CIA declassified this document in 2000. It sat in a digital archive for 20 years. Almost nobody read it. Then something changed. The US government created the UAP task force. The Pentagon started admitting that unidentified craft are real. And suddenly this 1991 KGB file started getting attention. Joe Rogan talked about it. 12 million people heard the story. But here's what Rogan didn't tell you. The CIA file says Soviet scientists concluded the soldiers' cellular structure was replaced, not destroyed. Their bodies didn't burn. They didn't crumble. They were still standing, still in uniform, still holding their weapons. They were statues, made of stone, with the faces of men who had just seen something impossible. The 2 survivors, the KGB took them to. They were debriefed for weeks. One of them reportedly stopped speaking entirely. The other, when asked what he saw, just pointed at the stone figures and walked away. I found a detail most channels miss. The CIA file includes a note about the stone itself. Geologists examined samples. The composition was identical to local limestone, but the structure was wrong. Limestone forms over millions of years. This stone had formed in seconds, and inside it, fossilized organic matter. Human cells, trapped, their last moment preserved inside the rock. Where are the bodies now? The KGB report says they were moved in 1994, after the Soviet Union collapsed, to a facility near Moscow. The CIA doesn't know which facility. The Russians won't say. 23 Soviet soldiers never returned to their families, never buried. Their families were told they died in a training accident. The real cause, classified, then declassified, then forgotten. Until now. You want to know why I started the hidden archive? Files like this one, documents that prove something happened, something the government couldn't explain, so they buried it in a digital archive where they thought nobody would look. But I look, and now you're looking with me. Keep watching.